For years, fans have been drawn to the Johnston family because of their authenticity, relatability, and ability to navigate life's challenges with humor and strength. However, recent developments have triggered waves of criticism and disappointment among longtime viewers. Specifically, comments and attitudes conveyed by Amber and Trent in recent episodes have raised eyebrows and stirred strong feelings among the fanbase. As a result, the question now being asked across social media, forums, and fan groups is stark. Has TLC, through Amber and Trent's recent dialogue, insulted the very audience that has supported them for nearly a decade? The Johnston family was introduced to TLC audiences in 2015. Since then, the show has chronicled everything from teenage rebellion to health challenges, romantic relationships, and family dynamics. It has been praised for offering visibility and representation for little people in mainstream media, doing so in a way that didn't focus solely on their stature, but on their humanity. Amber and Trent, as the heads of the household, have been central to the show's success. Viewers initially saw them as firm but fair parents trying to raise a large family with structure, love, and discipline. They were often celebrated for their down-to-earth approach to parenting and their insistence on not allowing their children's condition to define their opportunities. But as seasons have progressed, a shift has occurred. More scripted drama, apparent control issues, and a lack of empathy in certain interactions have led some fans to feel the show has strayed from its authentic roots. The latest episodes seem to have amplified these concerns. While set in Little Johnstons has never been without its critics, recent episodes in the 2024 to 2025 season have hit a nerve. One of the main issues revolves around the way Amber and Trent have spoken to and about their adult children, especially Jonah and Anna. Viewers took particular issue with scenes in which Amber and Trent expressed frustration with their children's independence, relationships, and life decisions. Jonah, who has struggled with anxiety and substance issues, was discussed in a tone that some viewers found dismissive and lacking in compassion. Fans voiced concern over what they perceived as shaming behavior, especially considering Jonah's mental health struggles. The lack of emotional sensitivity in some of Amber's comments, and Trent's occasionally smug demeanor, left fans questioning whether the show is encouraging parental overreach rather than fostering support. Meanwhile, Anna's storyline, focused on her efforts to gain financial independence and move into her own place, was another flashpoint. Amber and Trent appeared disapproving and micromanaging, causing many to interpret their dialogue as controlling and unsupportive of their adult daughter's autonomy. This stance didn't sit well with fans who believed the show once stood for empowerment and encouragement. Comments such as, "You're not ready," or "We know better," have been interpreted not as typical parental concern, but as overbearing and dismissive of their children's growth. While it's not unusual for parents to worry, it's the tone and public setting, airing these discussions in front of millions, that many argue cross a line. In short, fans feel the Johnstons' recent words lack the warmth and respect that once characterized the show. The backlash hasn't just been directed at the Johnstons. It's extended to TLC itself. Many fans believe the network is complicit in these narrative choices. By allowing these scenes to air without contextual explanation or emotional framing, TLC is seen as promoting a negative family dynamic for dramatic effect. On platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook, fans have voiced that the show is no longer the wholesome depiction of a family overcoming obstacles together. Instead, it's beginning to resemble the more exploitative side of reality television, where emotional conflicts are highlighted and humanity is sacrificed for ratings. Reddit commenter stated, "This show used to make me feel inspired. Now I just feel uncomfortable. It's like watching a family tear each other down while the cameras roll." Another user wrote, "Amber used to be a strong mom. Now she just seems mean." If this is TLC's idea of entertainment, they've really lost the plot. These sentiments are echoed in declining ratings and increasing demands for the show to either take a different direction or end entirely. The frustration comes from a place of deep emotional investment. Viewers feel betrayed, as if the values that once made the show special have been abandoned. Of course, it's important to acknowledge the influence of editing and production. In reality television, narratives are shaped as much in the editing room as they are during filming. Moments of tension are often highlighted while moments of tenderness may be left on the cutting room floor. Amber and Trent may not be as harsh as they appear in the final cut, but that nuance is lost on audiences who only see the end product. That said, the consistent pattern of critical, unsympathetic dialogue from the parents suggests more than just editing choices. If TLC is selectively presenting only the worst moments, it raises further ethical questions. Why? And at what cost? Moreover, if Amber and Trent are willingly participating in this framing, the blame doesn't lie solely with the producers. Their willingness to say certain things on camera, especially knowing the reach and impact of their words, places some responsibility back on them. TLC has a history of profiting from controversial family dynamics. Shows like John and Kate +8, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, and Sister Wives all began with goodwill and fascination, but ended with scandals, heartbreak, and viewer disillusionment. In each case, TLC was accused of prioritizing ratings over ethics. With 7 Little Johnstons, fans hoped for a different trajectory. But the increasing dramatization and questionable parenting moments echo a familiar pattern. Viewers are beginning to feel that they've been tricked into watching a family they admired become a source of secondhand discomfort. The very essence of the show, about resilience, love, and family unity, seems to be fading. In its place, we are left with conversations that feel cold, judgmental, and out of touch with the values that first drew people in. TLC's choice to spotlight these moments suggests a willingness to alienate viewers in the name of ratings. Despite the criticism, all hope is not lost. The Johnstons still have a loyal base of viewers who want to see the family thrive and grow, on and off the screen. If TLC and the Johnstons are willing to acknowledge the feedback, shift the tone, and return to the show's original heart, redemption is possible. What fans are craving is simple: accountability, growth, and real connection. They want to see Amber and Trent support their adult children with empathy rather than judgment. They want Jonah's struggles to be treated with seriousness and care. They want Anna to be uplifted as she builds her own life. And above all, they want the family to function not just as a unit for entertainment, but as real people who reflect the complex beauty of human relationships. It's also worth considering whether the show should evolve. Perhaps a focus on the adult children in their lives, outside the parental home, could offer new, healthier storylines. By shifting the spotlight, TLC might reinvigorate the show while reducing the reliance on conflict and critique. Reality television has the power to inform, inspire, and connect. But when the line between storytelling and exploitation is crossed, the very people who built the foundation of a show, its audience, can feel insulted and used. That appears to be the case with 7 Little Johnstons in its current form. Amber and Trent Johnston's recent dialogue has triggered discomfort because it appears to betray the values they once upheld: respect, growth, and unconditional love. Whether this is the result of editing, fatigue, or genuine shifts in their family dynamic, the outcome is the same: fans feel let down. TLC has a choice to make. It can continue down this controversial path, or it can recalibrate and recenter the show around the positive, empowering themes that originally made it special. In doing so, the network wouldn't just be repairing trust. It would be honoring the intelligence and loyalty of its viewers. Anna Johnston, known to many for her appearance on the hit TLC reality show 7 Little Johnstons, continues to captivate fans with her bold sense of style, growing confidence, and vibrant personality. Recently, she stirred a wave of admiration and chatter on social media after sharing a snapshot where she sported a pair of tiny pink shorts, and she looked absolutely incredible. To her nearly 1 million Instagram followers, Anna is far more than a reality TV star. She's become a symbol of resilience, independence, and body positivity. So when she steps out in an outfit that turns heads, it's not just about fashion. It's a celebration of self-love and confidence hard-earned through years of personal growth. The pink shorts in question weren't just any shorts. They were vibrant, confident, and stylish, much like Anna herself. Paired with a simple white tank and a confident smile, the look was both playful and powerful. Fans flooded the comments with support, admiration, and heart emojis. It wasn't just about how she looked, though she looked fantastic, but what the look represented: confidence, summer vibes, and a woman who owns her style without apology. Anna Johnston's journey has always been about more than just appearances. Her fashion choices, while often praised, are part of a larger narrative, one that includes building her own business, living independently, and learning to navigate the spotlight with authenticity. Each time she posts, whether it's a casual selfie, a business update, or a candid behind-the-scenes moment, it's a window into a life being lived out loud. Her choice to wear pink, a color often associated with femininity and vibrancy, felt intentional. There's something unapologetic about bright colors. They draw attention, they radiate warmth, and they can't be ignored. And neither can Anna. Whether she's walking through a farmer's market, attending a family gathering, or just enjoying some sun outside, her sense of fashion is refreshingly fearless. The shorts also made a statement about body positivity. In a world that often tells people to hide or dress for their size, Anna confidently embraces outfits that make her feel good. Her pink shorts were short, yes, and that was exactly the point. Fashion should be fun, expressive, and unrestricted. Anna's look gave permission for others to embrace their bodies, to celebrate their style, and to wear what makes them feel powerful, regardless of societal expectations. Anna's followers, many of whom also live with forms of dwarfism or other disabilities, look to her as a role model. Seeing someone in the public eye who isn't afraid to take fashion risks sends a powerful message. It tells young girls and women of all sizes that they, too, can be bold. They can wear the shorts, the dresses, the heels, whatever makes them feel confident. For Anna, fashion has never been about conforming. It's about expression. And that day, in those tiny pink shorts, she was expressing joy. Bright colors, bare legs, a warm summer day, all of it combined into a moment of self-celebration. Beyond the outfit, it's the way Anna carries herself that really resonates. Her posture, her gaze, her smile, all of it signals confidence. It's the kind of confidence that's contagious, inspiring others to walk a little taller and smile a little wider. The response to Anna's look was overwhelmingly positive. Fans poured into the comment section of her Instagram post to offer support, cheer her on, and share their own stories. Some talked about their own journeys with confidence and style. Others thanked her for being a role model, for showing that you don't have to be tall to make a big impact, and you don't have to dress modestly to be taken seriously. Social media presence is how she cultivates a space for both inspiration and reality. She doesn't just show the polished moments. She's open about her struggles, her journey, and her growth. That authenticity is what makes her pink shorts moment more than just a viral photo. It's a reflection of who she is becoming, a confident, independent, stylish young woman who embraces herself without compromise. Many people know Anna from her family's reality show, but she's also made a name for herself outside of TV. She's a college graduate, a business owner, and a woman building a life on her own terms. Her handmade jewelry business, Fizz4 Passion, continues to grow, and her entrepreneurial spirit is as fierce as her fashion. When someone like Anna steps out in a bold look, it's not just for the camera. It's a celebration of everything she's built. Each outfit, each post is a reminder that she's not here to fit into anyone else's mold. She's creating her own. Fans have watched her journey from a teen on reality TV to an empowered adult living independently. Her recent pink shorts moment wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a snapshot of freedom. It was a visual metaphor for how far she's come and how far she intends to go. Women with dwarfism are rarely seen in mainstream fashion media. There's still a long way to go in terms of representation, but Anna is part of a growing wave of change. She's challenging stereotypes not by making speeches, though she could, but simply by showing up, dressing how she wants, and living her life fully. It's a message that resonates far beyond Instagram. It's one that can be felt by anyone who's ever questioned if they were allowed to wear something bold, bright, or unconventional. Anna is redefining what it means to be a fashion icon, not by walking runways, but by walking confidently through everyday life. Pink shorts, especially tiny ones, are a fashion staple of the summer. Flirty, playful, and comfortable. Anna's choice was right on trend, giving off serious hot girl summer energy while still being uniquely her. She didn't over-accessorize or dress it up beyond recognition. She let the outfit speak for itself. Youthful, spirited, and perfectly suited for sun-drenched afternoons. And it's not the first time Anna's shown a knack for dressing with effortless charm. Whether it's a casual hoodie, a sleek dress, or athletic wear, she has a gift for styling herself in ways that feel approachable and aspirational. She dresses like someone who knows who she is, and that's always in fashion. While the pink shorts may fade from memory as the season changes, the impression they left will stick around. For fans of 7 Little Johnstons and those who follow Anna's story, it was another chapter in a larger narrative, one of confidence, self-acceptance, and personal growth. As a public figure, Anna doesn't owe anyone vulnerability or inspiration, but she continues to offer both. In doing so, she gives her audience permission to explore their own identities, to step into the light, and to wear the metaphorical pink shorts they've been hiding in the back of their closets. Whether you know her from TV or follow her online, it's hard not to root for Anna Johnston. She's the kind of role model who inspires not because she's perfect, but because she's real. Her bold fashion choices are just one layer of a much deeper story, one filled with challenges, triumphs, and style. Anna Johnston in tiny pink shorts wasn't just a fashion moment. It was a moment of cultural significance. It was about a young woman refusing to dim her light, refusing to shrink herself into expectations, and choosing joy over judgment. And she looked absolutely incredible doing it. The image, grainy and warmly lit, showcased a younger Emma, possibly no more than 10 years old, smiling bashfully at the camera. Her wide, expressive eyes were unmistakable even then. What made the post particularly shocking to longtime fans wasn't just Emma's dramatic transformation over the years, but how deeply personal and raw the photo felt. It was a moment captured in time, before the red carpets, the cameras, the fame, and the social media. Emma captioned the photo with just a few words. "Can't believe this was me. Time really flies." It was a rare and reflective tone for the typically upbeat and bubbly personality fans see on the show and online. Within minutes, the post gained traction, garnering thousands of likes and comments from fans, friends, and fellow reality stars. Some fans were surprised to see just how much she had changed physically. Her style, her confidence, and even her presence seemed worlds apart. But for others, the emotional weight of the photo struck a different chord. Here was a girl who had faced unique challenges throughout her life, both in the spotlight and in private, sharing a vulnerable moment that spoke volumes about growth, resilience, and self-love. Emma Johnston has never been a stranger to attention. From a young age, she was introduced to millions through 7 Little Johnstons, a show that follows the daily lives of the Johnston family, a household of 7, all living with achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism. The series, while infused with moments of humor and lighthearted family antics, often delves into the more serious realities the family faces. Whether navigating the healthcare system, addressing societal biases, or simply dealing with the everyday challenges of being little in a world designed for average-sized people, the Johnstons have consistently opened up their lives with honesty and vulnerability. Emma, adopted from China as a toddler, brought a new dynamic to the family when she arrived. Her parents, Trent and Amber Johnston, have long been vocal advocates for inclusion and awareness, and they raised their children with an unyielding focus on independence and strength. Emma, like her siblings, was expected to work hard, speak her mind, and take responsibility for her life. While these expectations were never easy, they helped mold her into the strong, spirited individual fans adore today. From childhood to her teenage years, Emma underwent not only the typical emotional ups and downs of growing up, but also surgeries, physical therapy, and the pressure of doing it all under the microscope of national television. Unlike many teens, her awkward stages, personal missteps, and coming-of-age challenges were documented for the world to see. It's little wonder that a throwback photo would carry such emotional weight. It's a reminder of a girl who had to grow up quickly while still clinging to the remnants of a childhood she never fully had in private. It's not just Emma's physical appearance that has changed over the years, though her transformation has certainly been striking. Once quiet and reserved, she has blossomed into a charismatic and outspoken young woman. Today, Emma is active on social media, frequently sharing her life with fans, whether she's attending college, hanging out with friends, exploring fashion trends, or working on new ventures. She has also dabbled in entrepreneurship, recently launching a small online business that reflects her creative side. From handmade jewelry to personalized items, Emma's business has received enthusiastic support from fans who admire not only her talent but her initiative. The launch of her brand was a proud moment that highlighted her drive and individuality, traits that may have been hinted at in that throwback photo but are now on full display. In interviews and on the show, Emma has become increasingly vocal about body positivity and self-acceptance. She often addresses the unique struggles that come with being a little person in a world that often equates beauty with height and typical proportions. Her courage in confronting these topics has made her a role model for many, particularly young people who see themselves reflected in her journey. That's what made the throwback photo so compelling. It wasn't just an old picture. It was a symbol of everything she's overcome and how far she's come. The response to Emma's throwback was overwhelmingly positive, but also emotional. Many fans left comments about how they'd followed her story for years, expressing awe at how much she had grown, inside and out. One follower wrote, "Watching you grow up on screen has been such a privilege. This picture made me tear up. You've come so far, Emma." Another fan commented, "This brings back so many memories of early seasons. You were always such a sweet soul, and seeing who you've become is just amazing." Others used the post as a moment to reflect on their own journeys. It was as if the simple image sparked a collective reflection, a reminder that we all grow, change, and evolve in ways we may not always see in real time. For those who've grown up alongside Emma, the photo felt like a shared memory, a point of connection between a TV personality and her devoted viewers. While the post may have initially shocked fans simply because of how different Emma looked, its deeper impact was tied to what it represented: change, healing, and the strength to embrace one's past. Throwback photos often carry a mix of emotions: nostalgia, amusement, maybe even a twinge of embarrassment. But in Emma's case, they carried pride. She wasn't just showing off an old picture, she was making a statement. The girl in that photo had faced real challenges, and rather than shy away from that past, Emma chose to highlight it. In doing so, she reminded her followers that every phase of life, awkward, difficult, joyful, and even painful, is worth honoring. For many people, particularly those who grew up feeling different or excluded, Emma's post was more than a nostalgic moment. It was a declaration. You are enough at every stage of your journey. Emma Johnston's fame has always been unique. Unlike many reality stars, she didn't choose the spotlight. It was a byproduct of her family's decision to share their lives. But over time, she's embraced that platform and used it to empower herself and others. Whether she's confronting stereotypes or simply living her life unapologetically, Emma is a powerful reminder of what authenticity looks like. She often uses her platform to encourage self-confidence and perseverance, especially for those in the dwarfism community. In various interviews, she shared stories of people reaching out to her with gratitude, thanking her for her visibility and honesty. Her openness helps demystify a condition that is often misunderstood, breaking down the barriers of ignorance and stigma. With each post, each candid moment, Emma continues to shape a narrative that says, you don't have to conform to be celebrated. If the throwback photo revealed anything, it's that Emma Johnston is not afraid to look back. But more importantly, she isn't afraid to move forward either. Her future seems bright, filled with new ventures, personal growth, and a continued commitment to authenticity. Whether she continues down the entrepreneurial path, dives deeper into advocacy work, or explores creative avenues like fashion or media, there's little doubt she will do it with the same heart and honesty that has made her so beloved. Her journey is ongoing, and while fans may look at that throwback photo with a mix of awe and emotion, it's clear that Emma is still writing her story. And if her past is any indication, the chapters to come will be just as inspiring.